Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Doctor Stone Season 4, Episode 16. So, here we are with, we've gotten through the escape. Hyoga's been shot, but it's not fatal. I believe, Tsukasa was also shot, but I think it hit two metal plates, but, I mean, getting hit by something like that could still cause some bruising and stuff, so we'll have to see what happens with all that once things settle down a little bit, but I love the whole sabotaging the plane when they saw it there crashed and they left it. They're like, we're not just gonna give them their plane back normal, right? So that's great. And they did it in a way that when they did like some quick tests to make sure that it was running, it still wouldn't even show up through that. We also finished our 6 bikes, our boss bike, and then our 5 minis. So that was really cool seeing them just drive off and the reaction of the people showing up and being like, they have bikes, So yeah, now we gotta make it through the dangers of the Amazon and get to this river, build a raft, and work our way towards the origin of all this. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. Let's jump into it, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh. I like how cheery he is about it. Okay. Working remotely in the stone world. Nice. Alright, they're gonna try to fix the plane and fly to us. What was that box? We also have whatever was communicated to them. Oh. Safe zone team. Are they gonna take over the radio, maybe? Oh, shit. Really? Okay. Is anyone who's smart enough to do that? Like, I know they can remote work, they just talked about it, but it must be so hard to, like, explain what you're looking at. Like, I don't want to devalue, like, the intelligence of the rest of our crew, but like, our 2 main science people aren't there to even see what they're working on. Let alone, this is technology that even the scientists haven't seen yet, let alone someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. We'll see. It's Dr. Stone. They'll figure out a way to make it fun. I did see a face I didn't recognize in the opening. Like, Chelsea's been in there, of course, but there's one guy in one of the groups with, like, a monocle or something that he brought down, so wonder if it's going to be another person with a useful skill. Alright. Medusa mechanism. Makes sense, based on what we saw first. What do we do? Oh, we're trying to find the Medusa. She's like triangulating the location in her mind of like where this shit happened. She doesn't even have a rope. What a badass. Oh, whoa. Is this like some buildings from the old world that survived underwater? Man, she found it quick. Hmm. A Dr. Stone. Talk truth. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. Wait, so are they finding one where they're going and then translating how they do it in the field to them so they can do it here too and just kind of like mirror what they're doing? I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, no, maybe they are just disassembling it right now. Oh shit, okay. No, that's not how we get it open. Damn it, Magma. Oh, are they gonna wake someone up? Could it be the guy with the eye thing I just talked about? He's gonna die! Rodex. Okay. I'm guessing that's Rolex. Does it everyone? I got you. Cool. Upload it. Yep. Just casually upload it. Senku's like, alright, I guess we have to upload it. Make a fax machine! Oh my god. That's great. Nice. What is this? Oh. Oh no, that's insane. Oh, okay. That's crazy. Holy shit. How long does this take? I mean, it's still the same night, right? Sun's coming up. I guess it took all night, but they did it. Yeah, that must be exhausting. Maybe not physically, but mentally at the very least. Okay. Is her, like, mark from being removed from stone, like, clock hands? That's kind of crazy. Okay. So we use the CEO to get to. Oh my god. Oh, I like the clock hands. Cool. Yep, that's the thing I see from the. Okay. I love how I talked about it and it showed up this episode. Oh shit. Joel. I guess they are in America. Oh, he get he gets shy around girls. Oh, he already made one. Damn. Yeah. So he gets cocky around the guys and shy around the girls. It's completely off. Yeah. Oh boy. I like the background music. Damn. Intense focus. Hmm. It's true. That means there it is possible to be destroyed. Man, he is squatting in that position for a long time. Oh, interesting. Can you imagine trying to remember where all these little parts go to? Ooh. Could that be the power source? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh. She told him how to use it, though. Interesting. Oh my god! What a crazy motherfucker. He just stoned himself again. And now we have to wake him up. Luckily, we have infinite of the fluid now. One last drop of juice? Okay. Okay. Mountains are there to be scaled. Hey, speaking of mountains. Man, how are they gonna get up these? I mean, they're already up some of the way, but on the bikes. It's crazy. Oh, shit! All buying time for the plane to be fixed and fly up and over this, though, so. Eating from under his mask. Okay. His face. I was gonna say, yeah, landing is gonna be hard too. This barrier forest. Hmm. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Wait, you mean global warming's real? Just kidding, sorry. Hmm. Is he figuring out that it's a globe? No, they had a they know that. Never mind. He's just saying it's connected. I was gonna say they have like a model of the Earth, so he knows the Earth is round. I think we even saw when we taught him that. No, she doesn't get the. That's up. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh my god. Is that a euphemism? Floored all through the night, Luna. Oh baby. Too much, Chelsea. Oh man. A mature, grown up relationship, yes. That was a real thing? Oh. Did we see that part of this? Interesting. Too much, Chelsea. Oh no. Hmm. I was just curious. I like how Gen's like trying to psychology it up. She's just like, nope, just wondering. We have to make a scale. Hmm. Yeah. A scale. Nice. Alright. Oh no. Whoa. Why just those two? That doesn't seem equal. Interesting. Seems like there's a very light load in the one with Francois and Suika. Well, I talked about this, how they're gonna scale this. Uh-oh. Damn. He can tell. No, we have to give up the bikes. Oh, we're taking everything. Alright, Senku, what's up? What you got? He's cooking. Alright, we're gonna have another chase on our hands, aren't we? Next episode. Three-dimensional vehicle of science. Oh shit, zip lines? A ropeway? What? And end. Yep, perfect. Ending with Gun. It's good shit. Alright. That was a good episode. I love the grid. We're getting like, we had last episode where you had a lot of like the travel and stuff, getting away from after getting the bikes made, getting away from Stanley and all that. But this episode we had like the grid fax machine, which was awesome. It was just a manual fax machine where we like both sides had like just built the same grid. You could explain to them, hey, make the grid this size and like exactly how to do the exact same one they did, and then to just fill in the same coordinates and everything on the grid to be able to transfer the map from here to there. And they spent the whole night working on it. I love it. It's so cool. It's so like it's so inefficient, but with how quickly they were able to come up with it, I mean, it's a lot easier than like say trying to get a like I was thinking like try to get like a messenger bird or something like that. But one, you have to train those, so that wouldn't work. But for some reason my mind went there first. I was like, oh, maybe they can somehow do that or something. But or like the problem is if they did like some kind of fax machine, like a real fax machine, the problem is then they need like ink, they need and they need to explain how to build one on the other end so they can access it. But that is it, guys, for episode 16. So, yeah, great fax machine. Awesome. We have a new character, Joel. We also have the, I don't know if we got a name for her, but they also woke up the CEO of Rodex, which I'm guessing is obviously like a Rolex. They just licensing wise can't say the name. But yeah, we're using him to be able to take apart the Medusa, which is really cool that they got like a clockmaker, because that is, it seems like that's the case. It's a bunch of small little parts interlocked that work together just like a clock. So someone who that like is extremely skilled. Now, obviously you have to find someone with like immense talent, because like if you find someone that just learned how to work on watches, that's a skill that can be learned, but it might just be something that's learned off of like repetition and experience, right? That doesn't say that just because you know how to take apart a watch and put it back together that you'll know how to take apart this Medusa and put it back together. You need someone that's like naturally gifted at doing this sort of thing. But luckily the CEO of Rodex knew like who to go to that had that kind of skill, and luckily he was still in One Piece, so he has an interesting personality too, with the enjoy like he likes to talk down to the guys but then gets really shy around the girls and everything. But yeah, I like that he was ballsy enough that with he wanted to see if he got it working again, he took it out, put it back in, and it gave it enough just for one last. I was gonna say, like, does taking it out and putting it back in just give it power again? But it's kind of like one of those things where sometimes you can take a battery out and put it back in, and you get like a little bit of juice back, but it doesn't last very long. That makes sense. So he got one more use out of it and froze himself again, and then they released him. But like she even warned him like you shouldn't do it by yourself and everything, but she also did tell him how it works. She didn't have to tell him that, so just a very, I wonder what kind of move that was. But we also had the negotiations earlier on in the episode about just Nikki just being honest with them, like, hey, this can be used to heal people, like anyone gets sick or hurt or whatever, we can just turn them to stone, turn them back. So it's in all of our best interests that we figure out how this works. But they also didn't know that we are heading to where, they think they just have one without batteries and that we're experimenting with one that just doesn't work, right? Just to learn a little more. They don't know that we're going to be able to use whatever information they learn there once we get to the location. Like, they think we're just going to build other cities right now, which we are, but we're also going to where it all began to try to find the device if it's still there. I also found it really interesting that we had, oh shoot, I knew her name like 2 seconds ago, and now I can't place it. It wasn't Hyoga, but it was the girl that's close to Hyoga, and it starts with an H as well. Oh, damn. I just had it like a second ago too. But either way, she dove underwater and was able to find the device, which was cool. But also, it seemed like there were some like remnants of buildings and stuff. So maybe something about stuff being underwater lasts longer than stuff being above water. Maybe. That's really interesting. I wonder if there's any science in that, or if that was just an aesthetic they went for underwater. Like, I wonder if there is any kind of like things underwater would last longer than things above ground if both things were left to deteriorate, right? So, man, now it's really bugging me that I can't think of her name. It's not like Hanabi, right? I think that's a different show. Would have been what, season 2 was when we had the Stone War or whatever. Himura. There we go. Himura. Definitely not Hanabi. My bad. I knew it started with an H though, because I remembered like both, Hyoga and Himura being close to each other, and I was like, oh, both their names start with H. That's cute. But anyway, one thing that was mentioned by Joel was that some of the parts seem like they're like a weird glass-like material, but also like 3D printed, which is really interesting. I mean, it makes sense in the 21st century that a lot of stuff is being 3D printed these days. So I wonder if they did, and they have a bunch of them. So I wonder if they can even just they're sending a lot down from the moon and everything. So are they just on the moon 3D printing these things and sending them down? For what they did against the Mitsukaze's civilization and stuff, or Matsukaze, I think is how you say it. I think it's a different show that I'm watching that there's a Mitsukaze. But yeah, it has a diamond core, which I guess that's going to be something, like, I don't know if the diamond is the battery. They said it's, like, charred a bit, right? So maybe, like, is there a way that you could recut the diamond? I guess it is a certain size that looks like it fits in there, though. I was gonna say, like, is there a way to, like, clean up the diamond to be able to, like, make it clear again and be able to use it? Or is that diamond just used up? Are we gonna have to... I know there's always, like, jokes about scientists creating diamonds and stuff, but are we gonna have to create diamonds or mine up diamonds to be able to get, like, a... and then, like, get a diamond cutter or something as someone that we need to awaken next, and then, get them to cut it to the right size to fit inside the device to power it again. I could see that being something we explore in the future. But, yeah. We had Chelsea being brutally honest this episode, which was really funny. I guess that's just another aspect of her character another aspect of her personality that we're learning, So... with her just being like, oh, you guys are a couple. She instantly knew as soon as, like, she wanted to ride with Senku. She's like, oh, you like him. And then she's like, oh, we're actually in a relationship. And then I guess, like, they're saying it's not... I guess they kind of debated us a little bit, because didn't in that first half, when Senku was, like, that scene we saw, wasn't it like... if you get better, can we be in a relationship? And he was just like, yeah, sure. Like, wasn't it something like that, as simple as that? But then it seems like we saw more context to it, where he talked about it being like a political marriage or something, and now they're saying it's not like a real relationship and stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little confused by that. Maybe I need to go back to the first half of the show and rewatch that scene to see if maybe I just made some assumptions or something like that. Or we were just getting, like, Luna Vision, right? She heard what she wanted to hear, right? Or something, and didn't realize that it wasn't, like, a full-on relationship or whatnot. But yeah, he considered it like a political marriage, basically being like, hey, I'll join your side, so that way we have someone from our faction in your faction, and we can kind of mingle and learn how to coexist, and that might allow for even more cohesion of the groups in the future. I'm guessing is kind of the way it was going with that. But anyway, that was pretty funny. And yeah, we have not Hyoga, I'm sorry, Stanley, who fixed the plane now, and they're gonna be coming after us, but I guess we have enough time to create a ropeway. Now, it's 50-50 what this ropeway is gonna be like, because we always get these, like, grand ideas from Senku, it's like, oh, we're gonna make a fax machine, and then it just ends up being, like, sending Morse code coordinates or whatever all night long in order to do it. So it's like, is this ropeway gonna be like, obviously we saw it, like, he said we're gonna conquer all of the, like, what'd they call it? Like, these mountains. It's not the Alps, is it? Is that what he was saying? It might have been. Either way, this mountain range, he said we're gonna conquer all of it with this. I don't know if that's really gonna be the case, or if they're just gonna, like, build it for just this, like, area that they're at. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I'm curious, because we've been debated before by, like, oh yeah, we're gonna create this big crazy thing, and then, I don't know how they're gonna do a big crazy thing with Stanley, like, already on his way. So we'll see. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but I'm looking forward to what Senku comes up with. right? So it's gonna be fun. Alrighty, guys. I think that's it for me. I'm looking forward for more, and as we get closer and closer to the source of the Medusa, I'm hoping we get some like reveals and some information there. It'll be kind of neat. Like, who knows? Maybe there's some kind of like facility or something that could survive all this time there. I don't know, or whatever. It's really exciting. So thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see 2 more ahead of time. You can do so on there through the early access tier. There's also the Patreon show tier where you can catch shows that aren't even released to YouTube yet. Things like Freerun, Solo Leveling, Dandadan, and The Expanse. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.